Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me and Ashy Knuckles on Archive. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Ashy? How's it going?
Nothing much. Another week of boxing. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. For those coming in and for those listening on Archive, make sure you throw a jab at the like button. Okay, we definitely appreciate the support. This is a Puncher's Chance with Ashy Knuckles. Make sure you visit www.mandatorydefense.com. You see it there right below Ashy Knuckles himself. Okay, make sure you follow me on Twitter at DStyleBoxing and follow Ashy Knuckles at a Puncher's Chance on Twitter as well. All right. Man, well, we got a fight coming this weekend. But before we talk about that fight, Ashy, what did you think about Usyk and his performance against an old ass Witherspoon?
You know what? Now when you put it like that, I was thinking about this tweet Jay Good put out there. You know Jay Good, right?
Yes, yeah.
LDBC all day. I guess some of the other Twitter guys was giving them some heat because he wasn't impressed with Usyk and he was letting it be known. And when he explained himself, which you shouldn't have to explain on Twitter, it's just Twitter, but you know how them trolls be. I mean, at the end of the day, I agree wholeheartedly with what he said, and I'll reiterate it right here. Usyk is a undisputed champion at cruiserweight, but this is heavyweight, and this is a late sub replacement for the guy he was supposed to fight, which was Sponge or whatever his name is, which is an MMA guy. Now, this is not Usyk going up in weight and competing for one of the titles, fighting one of the champions. He's just dipping his toe in the heavyweight division and, to see how he would fit and how he would perform against the plus 200 guys. That's all this was. Now, at the end of the day, the guy that he fought is a heavyweight, always has been a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And when he lost, he only lost to the who's who of the division, whether it was Areola or
he lost Ariola and Seth Mitchell.
And Seth Mitchell, who at the time he was a budding star, what they thought was a star. You know what I'm saying? It turns out that he was not, but he was hot at the time. And he got put down in 3 rounds, I believe, by Seth Mitchell. Fast forward 7-8 years later, you got a 38-year-old late sub replacement. And the only reason why he was stopped is because he got fucking tired. So that ought to tell you about Usyk at the heavyweight division at this juncture. And if you just can't understand that, then you're emotionally attached. And it happens in the sport. All the stars bring their rabid ass fans around, you know what I'm saying? And they just, I don't know, they just give them all this love and attention and to where they can't do any wrong. Now, I'm not saying Usyk did anything wrong, but you and I, we were online basically saying that he was going to dispose of this guy. It was going to let us know how he was going to do in the heavyweight division. Well, he hit the guy with everything that he had in his arsenal, and yet he hit him fairly easy. But he didn't stop the guy based on the accumulation of punishment or blunt force trauma from hard-ass shots. The dude got tired because he was not in shape. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't shaped to go to the long the duration of the fight against Usyk. And Usyk throws a high punch volume, even in the heavyweight division. And he gassed himself. Now, at the end of the day, Usyk didn't come out of there unscathed. He had some marks under this eye. I mean, he got touched. And to his credit, he took those shots well. But at the end of the day, this only told us what we needed to see, at least for his first fight. He ain't whooping nobody that has a world champion right now. Now, maybe in a few fights.
Or he ain't the favorite.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And
if you want to make him the favorite, by all means.
Do what you got to do. But I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not even going to talk about Ruiz. I'm not going to talk about Wilder, Joshua. Keep him away from Kalinowski. Kalinowski will give him trouble. Kalinowski will get, if you can't hurt Kalinowski and you ain't prepared to outwork him, your ass is in trouble. So I'm just letting you know right now. There's some guys in the heavyweight division he gonna have some big problems with until he shows something different. Go ahead, Eric. DStyle.
I agree 100%. Kalinowski is a dangerous fight.
Yeah, man.
A dangerous fight. Okay, Poland, stand up because you're going to get a W over Ukraine. Okay?
Yeah. Right? And it would be big in Chicago, too, if they had to fight there. That would be huge. They got a big Polish following in Chicago.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
All right. And if Usyk wants to go to Chicago, hey, you know what I mean? I want to give a shout out really quick to the chat. G Funky 84. I'll be on tomorrow with him. Okay, so make sure you guys check that out. Naseem the Dreams, a salute to D-Style. Let me change this really quick. I don't like the way it looks right now. There we go. All right. So we got Naseem the Dream, boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. All right, saying salute. King Louis in the house. What's going on? Okay. Tony Buswell says, what's going on to Ashy Knuckles, to me, and the mods, right? Alberto G, what's going on, bro? All right. So thank you guys for tuning in to a Punch Chance with Ashy Knuckles. Make sure you throw a jab at the like button. Let's get the likes up. Here's what I'll say. Usyk needs to work his way to a world title for his own good. Because right now he ain't ready. He can look ready, and you cannot tell me with a straight face, oh, no, he looked good. I mean, Shaz Witherspoon, no offense to the guy, okay? He got dispatched by Arreola in 2009 in 3 rounds, okay? Seth Mitchell knocked him out early as well, okay? So we have to put that in perspective, and he was inactive, and like Ashley just said, dude was out of shape, right? And he would land counters on Usyk, all right? And I don't know, man. Usyk's in trouble, all right? Usyk's in trouble if he gets in there with one of these top guys. I don't even think he should fight Kalinowski next. I think he should work his way there for his own good.
Fight another Witherspoon?
I don't know how many of them there are out there, but, you know, dude, he's food right now.
Yes, sir. I think so.
This dude is food if I've ever seen. He's one of those Hunger Man microwave foods. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Take it out of the fridge, put it in the microwave, and he's ready to go. Okay? Any one of these dudes. Like, you guys see Usyk, Andy Ruiz is that dude sees a big piece of steak, and he's ready to eat, right? You guys see Usyk, okay, Wilder and Joshua, any other, they see a piece of steak, bro, and they're ready to eat it. I don't, you name him. He's food. Tyson Fury will beat him. A lot of guys beat him, bro. You know, I don't even think, what's the name of that dude again? Tyson Fury just fought?
Not Schwartz. It was,
man.
I can't think of that guy.
Man, Tyson Fury be fighting these dudes, and we can't remember their names and shit.
I know it, man.
You know, but I know somebody will put in the chat, but I question whether he could beat that dude.
Oh, Otto Wallen.
Dude, Otto Wallen versus Usyk's a war, bro. I think it's a war. Okay, I think they go at it.
They go to war. That actually would probably be entertaining, man. Hey, don't be surprised if that's not next.
Might as well, but before anyone's saying, "Oh, why you guys being so critical? It's only his first fight." He's the one that was saying that Wilder's easy work and that he's ready for the champions and all that. So
he's ready, bro. I mean, it's Usyk. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying on the last video, all that having to make weight is out of the question now. You're not losing weight so you can get on the scale and hit that certain number. That's out of the question. All these guys are big. All these guys are not trying to lose weight. They're trying to lose weight, but they're just trying to get in shape. But they're not trying to lose all their nutrients and then try to replenish themselves overnight. They lose the weight in a healthy way. These guys are naturally bigger. You know what I'm saying? So the little advantages that he had at cruiserweight, being the stronger guy and the bigger guy and the faster guy and the harder puncher, all that is null and void when he faces the plus 200 guys.
Yeah, these heavyweights are ready to fight on the scales.
Yeah.
When they hit those, that's a ceremonial with the heavyweights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all that is. It's a ceremonial. You don't even need the skills for heavyweight. They don't even have to do it the day before, to be honest with you. They don't even have to do that. Okay? But they just got to get in their optimum weight and just come in the best they got. Okay? That's all heavyweights got to do.
That's it.
Okay? So it's a totally different culture, heavyweight. So I'm telling you right now, man, he's going to run into a lot of problems. But we will see. Right? If he thinks he's ready, then put him in there.
Get in there. Shit. You think you got it like that? You want to go after Joshua? I think that's what he said.
Joshua's got to get past Ruiz first, but
yeah,
if he wants the leftovers.
Yeah, win or lose, I guess he wants Joshua. I don't know. I mean, it is a money fight. It represents a money fight. I can understand why you would call him out, but stay away from stay away from Wilder, man.
Man, like stay away.
You get hit on one of those, man. It's
one.
It's over, yeah. And Wilder comes into the ring in similar weight at 215, but he's a heavyweight. You know, he's a real heavyweight, and he's shown that he can take heavyweight shots, and he can damn sure give them. So
yeah.
So
man, we got a big fight coming up on Friday. Look at that. Okay, on the 18th. Okay, we got Alexander Gvozdyk, who's 17-0, 14 knockouts. That's an 83% KO ratio, ladies and gentlemen. He's a WBC champion. He stands at 6'2". He's got a 75-inch reach. He's from Ukraine. Corner box rank number 2 light heavyweight in the world versus the Russian Artur Berterbiev, who, by the way, has no alias, no nickname. Right? This dude's like, I'm too good to have a nickname. I don't know. Okay, dudes with no nicknames, you got to take them serious, bro, because like they're not here to be impressed, you know. But he's 14-0, 14 knockouts, bro. He's the IBF champion. He's a little shorter, 5'11", 73-inch reach. Corner box rank number 11th. I don't think that's pretty accurate at all, but this is going to be interesting right here to me. This unification fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very interesting, but it is Russia versus Ukraine, by the way. Berterbiev, or Berterbiev, however you want to pronounce it. Okay. Does hold a win, okay, over, okay, Gvozdyk. Okay, so it was about 10 years ago. I know you even have the story on MandatoryDefense.com, by the way. You guys can go ahead and check that out. What are your thoughts on this fight, Ashy? Interesting fight. Unification.
Yeah, the champions are fighting. It should be very interesting. The styles is, I mean, when you really match these guys up and try to look at the stylistic matchup, you would think it would favor the guy who has he's the guy that's taller and rangier, and the guy who moves the best. I mean, Gvozdyk, I think I can never say the guy's name correctly, but he utilizes the whole ring and tries to box on the move and pick his shots. And Berterbiev is a guy that likes to close the distance and get on the inside with you and let those hands go, those fast hands and those big power shots. But he's not like some crude brawler, though. He can actually move, and he can always, I mean, he can actually get in position very quickly to let his shots off. But he's looking for a big fight, and he's looking to draw you into an exchange. More than likely because his hands are faster and his punches are significantly harder. So it just depends on the game plan going in, I believe. Gvozdyk has Teddy Atlas in his corner,
right,
and Teddy Atlas should know the stylistical matchup that can favor his fighter going into this fight. You know, they have history going back a decade, but a lot can happen over the course of 10 years, and fighters get better with each fight. They get better every time they step in the ring and spar. They get better with experience, and it doesn't mean that history will repeat itself when they meet up with each other again on the 18th. Out of the two, Gvozdyk is the one that actually defeated a champion, as Berterbiev picked up a vacant strap, and so I believe Alexander has a bigger claim as a champion in that weight. You know what I'm saying? But Berterbiev is a fucking wrecking ball, and the things that he's been able to do with the few fights that he has been nothing short but amazing. You know what I'm saying? In 5 fights, knocked out Tavares Cloud in 2 rounds, knocked off Gabriel Campillo. Those are former. He's faced former world champions before he even had X amount of fights. You know what I'm saying? So being of the fact that he has a few amount of professional fights, he's coming to the ring with a vast amount of experience. Having over 300 amateur fights, losing 5 by his own account. These European guys, these Eastern European guys, are coming into the professional ranks prepared. You know what I'm saying? Requiring very little seasoning before they are in with the top in the division, and it's no different at this particular juncture too with these 2 guys. Man, this is a hard one to pick, man, because I think all of the champions at this weight, they all have something to offer. I don't really favor one over the other. If I do, I'll probably have to go with the guy that has the most experience, and that would be Kovalev. But any of these guys can beat the other one, man. No one just stands out, amongst the other champion. That's why I think it's great that all these guys are mixing it up and looking to give us an undisputed champion. But anyway, in this particular fight, man, it's so hard to pick if Gvozdyk is going to actually, utilize a game plan the way he's been doing thus far. I mean, he's been mixing guys up, countering these guys, dictating, looking for open shots. He goes to the body, goes to the head, and he really don't look like, when he throws his shots, it really don't look like it has anything on it, but these guys are cooperating. You know what I'm saying? When these guys get hit and they go down, they got hit with something. As opposed to Berterbiev, when he hit these guys, they've been fucking rocked. So I think it's going to be, I think Gvozdyk is going to have an easier time early, but once Berterbiev, close the distance, cut off the ring, and go to the guy's body, try to take the air off the tires and slow them down a little bit to where they can actually stand in front of each other, I think Berterbiev will actually start finding the openings, and he may end up getting them out of there, man. It's a tough pick to make. These guys are undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. Both of them are undefeated.
Yep.
And they have to be taught how to lose. And so far, both of them are riding high based on what they've been doing in the professional ranks. Gvozdyk, almost turned Adonis Stevenson into a vegetable, bro. So in his mind, he can't be beat. So we'll just have to see what happens, man. But I'm gonna go with Berterbiev on that one.
Man, the chat is a little split here. All right, we got 2 different names being thrown out, knockouts being thrown out. Afro Rican G with that $4.99 super chat. I appreciate the support. All right, and boxing conversation with Reggie Owens says Berterbiev, if he can adjust and nullify Gvozdyk's high output. But what's with these names that don't go with the English language the way we pronounce names?
I know it, bro.
Okay, and I don't want anybody pretending like, oh, I know how to pronounce that. Like, you heard somebody say it, and that's what I do.
And that's how you got it, right?
Right. But anyway, I've been saying Berterbiev, bro. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing Berterbiev. Hey, it is what it is. Okay. But check it out. Okay. A couple of things. Couple of things watching these two guys. Let's start with Berterbiev, okay? I want to start with Berterbiev here, okay? Berterbiev is really, really good at mid range, okay? Really good, okay? Okay, this guy, about a chin guard right here, okay? Berterbiev. He's got the chin about, the chin is about, I'm sorry, the guard is about chin height. Okay, he kind of keeps it right here. Right, he looks a little lazier with the guard, but don't let it fool you. He knows how to get that guard up as soon as you're going to throw an impact. Dude has a strong guard, right? He fights really good between mid-range and that phone booth, all right? He kind of cuts through it like butter, bro. And once he's inside, really good at throwing to the body, really good throwing upstairs. He puts those punches together very well. Okay. The short rights that he throws, right, to get the guy to block him, especially when they're inside, he's really good at throwing a strong right hand, and then he extends it over the guard, and he hits guys like in the back of the ear, okay, and it does damage, man. I don't know if that's going to work in this fight, but I've seen him do that a lot. He powers through the guard a lot. I mean, he just breaks dude's guards apart, okay, on that inside. This dude is ferocious. He's strong. And then he has this punch, Ashy, that I really like. He throws it like an uppercut, okay, but it's really a hook, right? And it's hit a vertical angle, right? And on that guard, that vertical angle, it'll come in, right? And he lands it. It's hard for guys to anticipate it. Okay, it's a nice vertical, you call it, I guess, a hook or an uppercut. It looks like an uppercut, but it's coming at a vertical angle, and he always gets
kind of like a 45 or something.
Yeah, there you go. We'll call it 45. All right. And he comes at a 45-degree angle, and he lands that thing, and it always lands on the chin because it gets through a regular guard, all right? Because whether you're blocking with your elbow, you know, that uppercut, you know, or your glove for the hook, he's coming at that weird angle, and he's really good at it from that inside. And that's as far as Berterbiev, that's what I like out of him. Okay. Gvozdyk, Mr. My name is pronounced nowhere near the way it's written down. Okay. But hold on. My computer's dying. Give me a second. Look at this. I'll connect this right now before we lose the air, and we're in. Okay. Man, I was about to lose the whole connection issue. But Berterbiev, man, he fights more so from mid-range to the outside. You know what I mean? Not Gvozdyk, I'm sorry. He's good at his jab, man. Okay. He's good at countering jabs with hooks. Okay. Like if you miss a hook against this dude, a jab against this guy, he's going to come with a hook, man. Like almost every time. And if that hook doesn't land, that he's got the right hand ready. That right hand is ready every time. And if you're anticipating the right hand, he's got the hook. Like his punch placement is really, really good.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
It honestly is. He can follow up with hooks. You know, now it's not exactly like Roy Jones, you know, triple hooks in midair or something like that. But what I mean is he throws that hook, and then he's in position to throw either the hook or that right hand again. He uses his lead hand a lot like a rangefinder, but he actually uses even his right hand. When he misses the right, he uses it as a rangefinder to get the hook in. You know what I mean? So he's always in position in that way. His right and left are both devastating. The hook, the left hook, and the right hand are both devastating punches. And the guard's a little higher, eye level for him. You know what I mean? You know, he keeps it up here. He keeps it a little more tight. You know what I mean? But the one thing, Ash, that I feel Gvozdyk does better than Berterbiev, the one thing that sticks out to me, okay, the right hand. Berterbiev has not, no one's taken advantage of it yet. But when he throws that right hand, he has a tendency to bring it down low. Okay. and he does it a lot. Okay, it almost looks like he's like, bam, what? You know what I mean? Gvozdyk always comes back. You know what I mean? Almost every time. You know, sometimes he even like you could even notice he'll throw it and then he kind of like thinks about it, puts it back up, and that might make a difference in his fight, man. Gvozdyk looks a little more polished when it comes to the punches he's throwing, his punch placement. I am favoring him in his fight. All right, I think. I don't know if I'm going to say knockout or not, but I believe he's either going to win by a late stoppage or a decision.
Yeah.
All right. And we will see, of course, you know, but Berterbiev, I don't know how Berterbiev's going to react when he doesn't see Gvozdyk just falling for all his traps.
Yeah.
Okay. And when he's getting countered, and that's the one thing that Gvozdyk is good at, you know, the counter. I don't know how Berterbiev's going to react to that. And I do believe that when he throws that right hand, dude, he's going to get countered. And, you know, maybe Berterbiev, you know, he's just been a little lazy with it because he's just putting these guys away, you know. So maybe he'll show me something different here, but I'm favoring Gvozdyk in this fight.
It ain't a bad pick, man. I mean, I should be going for him too because he has everything in his arsenal to take this guy to distance.
Yeah.
But I'm just not discounting a guy that can cut the ring off, and close the distance, and a guy with that type of hand speed and power. Something just tells me, you know, that he probably gonna have to walk through fire. But after, you know, going to that body really well, I don't know if Gvozdyk is going to be able to move around like he normally does. You know what I'm saying? All that movement just befuddles guys. You know, lures them to sleep, and now they're getting hit by shots that they didn't know were there. And, you know, unfortunately for them, those are big fucking shots that they're taking. So,
yeah.
Who knows, man? I just can't wait to see it. This is a great matchup, man.
It is. And it is a 50-50 fight. Like, you know, I'm just giving you guys a prediction because that's what we do here. You know, we give predictions. But anyone can win this fight. And by the way, whether it's called the smash button, the 45, like that hook uppercut, that 45 is vicious, dude. Yeah. All right. And I would think Gvozdyk's ready for it. I would think, you know, but how do you prepare for something like that? You know? It's not like you're going to get sparring partners to do that to you, and that's not their thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like 45. I like that name. I like that name for a punch. His 45. All right. All right. So if he wins by that, bro, like that could be his nickname. Arter 45. Berterbiev. Right? Berterbiev might pull something out of the Amy's. We hadn't seen him done from his ammunition some. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible, guys. No doubt about that. What he's done has worked for him. So sometimes guys don't reveal everything they got if they don't have to. You know what I mean? So we will see. Yeah, it's going to be this fight really can go either way. I agree with that 100%. And that's the type of fight I like. And these are the type of fights boxing needs, right? Ashy, if Canelo beats Kovalev, does he fight the winner of this fight, in your opinion?
No. I think his stint at the light heavyweight division is only going to be one fight, just like it was at 168 pounds. You know, he's just going to dip his toe in the division, fight a champion, and if he can knock him off, that's one accolade he can add to his career feats. And that'll be the end of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, look, I'm sure Canelo's not a dumb man. He has to know that these guys are substantially bigger than he. And guys can hit much harder and just as fast as far as hand speed. Canelo definitely has the intelligence to be in the ring with any elite fighter. But it's only so much I believe that any fighter can handle. But, you know, boxing is made for guys to be proven wrong. So if he does beat Kovalev and he decides to stay at 175 pounds, my hat would be off, man. But I don't think,
Look, bro, Canelo's not gonna fight to win this fight.
no.
It ain't gonna happen. He's gonna be like, okay, I'm good. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like, you don't want to run this division, Canelo? Like, nah, I don't want to run this division.
No.
I'm good. I'm gonna go back down. All right. I'll tell you what though, a dream matchup to me, and I know it's down the line, but dude, Gvozdyk against Celeb Plant is a hell of a fight, dude, in my opinion.
At 75?
Yeah. Well, I mean, down the line, yeah, it would be at 175 more likely, yeah.
Yeah. That would be a one for the purist, I believe.
Yeah, it would, but man, is that a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I think
if Plant's as good as I think he is, you know what I mean? Plant has a little more to prove, of course, but we will see. And it is on ESPN, guys. This will not be on ESPN Plus. You guys can catch this fight on Friday, right? I mean, this is, if you miss Friday Night Fights, you got this fight, okay? I mean, it's better than anything I remember on Friday Night Fights, but look at that. El Jefe has Gvozdyk by late KO, 2 shot for Berterbiev, and will outbox Berterbiev.
Damn sure could do it.
Okay, Canelo going to go back down to 168. Canelo's going to go down. Okay, by the way, I think Berterbiev's a nightmare matchup for Canelo, I think. Too much size.
Yeah.
Too explosive to me. I don't know if he's too small for a man. Canelo and his team would be dumb to stay at 175. Well, there you go. I think Canelo will go back down to 160, 168, depending on who is the best option. What do you think, Ashy? People say, no, Canelo has an advantage because he doesn't have to worry about cutting weight anymore. I mean, by that logic, then nobody would cut weight, right? If that was true. Like if it's true that you get such a great advantage when you don't cut weight, nobody would cut weight.
Point blank, period. That doesn't mean it's an advantage. He probably would feel much better going into the ring, probably feel nice and healthy and fast and strong. But once he get in there with those much bigger guys and start getting hit by those guys and grinding with those guys in a clinch and seeing that he's not stronger than them, then how much of an advantage is it when you're feeling the guy's size against you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all that is going to be revealed on fight night, man. It's not going to be an easy match for him against Kovalev.
Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, this is a hell of a fight. And by the way, I wasn't putting down Friday Night Fights. I just, off the top of my head, I don't remember a fight this good on Friday Night Fights. I love Friday Night Fights. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I wish it was back. Friday Night Fights was an every day, every week thing. But it's not back. So, do you have any final thoughts about this fight, Ashy?
No, I just think, like I said, I think it's great that the champions are fighting, and hopefully the winner can meet up with Bivol or the winner of Kovalev and Canelo.
Dude, Bivol is food for these two guys.
Hey, he's a champion. Shit'll get off the pot.
Yeah, I think Bivol's the weakest link of all champions at that weight class. Somebody might agree. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Okay. Yeah, I know El Jefe mentioned it, Cordario versus Luis Colas. I don't know anything about this Cordario guy. Do you know anything about him, Ash?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, so I never heard of him. You know what I mean? But Luis Collazo is no walk in the park. So if you could beat Luis Collazo,
That'll tell us a lot, yeah.
That'll tell us a lot. I mean, remember, Luis Collazo had Manny Pacquiao's not the only one that had Keith Thurman hurt to the body. You know what I mean? Luis Collazo was the one that made everyone in the weight class was like, oh, you can go to the body. And Luis Collazo taught everybody that.
Revealed. That's right.
Okay, L-Fall player. We'll take one more question before we move on. Do you think Canelo can hurt Kovalev on the inside? I don't. Kovalev definitely has an edge on the outside. Can he? Yes. Will he? Well, we'll see. It's not like Kovalev's going to stand there and just let him hit him.
All right, punch me to my body.
It's not like Kovalev's going to be like, okay, go. Is it my turn yet? Okay, hold on. Yeah. I'm just saying. And Hefe says keep an eye on. Oh yeah, I read that. We'll definitely keep an eye on that for sure. I mean, if that's on the card, so always some talk on recap Mondays. By the way, check out yesterday's show, fire. Okay, check that out, guys. All right, we're gonna do a quick early preview here, Ashy, for the card on the 26th of October. Chisora, obviously, Parker pulled out. Okay, he got bit by a spider. So he's his name is not Joseph Parker, but Peter Parker. Okay, so but he's going to be fighting David Price. What do you think of that matchup? Chisora Price. I think it's a good fight, but
yeah, it's a good fight. In light of the fact that he didn't get to fight, he won't be. Hold up, they're fighting on the undercard still.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just minor adjustments he need to make. You know what I'm saying? To prepare for David Price, he was going to be fighting Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And that fell off. But at least he still gets to put on a show in front of his fans. Right. And I haven't seen a boring Chisora fight. He's coming to do it, and he's willing to get down or lay down. Goodness, man, I really hadn't had time to really assess that fight, in terms of who I think, would win. I'm not sure, man. Damn. I don't know, man. Maybe Chisora, man. He's just a natural tough guy to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you definitely got the power to hurt him and, you can land your punches, you can definitely beat him. But if you show any vulnerabilities in there and he finds them, he's going to sort that out and then sort you out. So,
man, dude, Price is a walking chandelier, bro. He's going to get knocked out. Okay, dude, you can't have a chin like that at heavyweight, bro.
Right.
I mean, you can't have a chin like that, period. But like at heavyweight, it's the wrong division. Okay, to have a chin like that, dude. Okay. By the way, shout out to AMG2 in the chat. Okay, in the scene, the dream's still on there. El Jefe. We'll definitely check that guy out for sure. Max Zilla says Price sucks. One shot to the temple and he's out.
See you later, bye.
Good night. Okay, this guy, now, with that said, can the chandelier beat Chisora? Yeah. Because this chandelier, you could crack a little bit. And if he, this is the heavyweight division and he can't crack him. It's not a foregone conclusion that Chisora's going to win. I am favoring him to win.
Right.
But, good replacement opponent. They were hinting at Shannon Briggs for a while. You hear about that?
Hell, who's going to give him a license? He can't he hadn't been able to get a license anywhere. Last I read, he wasn't getting licensed in any of the states, any of the commissions in the United States, or overseas. So maybe that's why they didn't make Shannon Briggs the replacement. If you let him tell it, just let's go champ. He would have been down for it, but after that beating that he took against Klitschko, I think the only fights that he's been able to have has been against like bus drivers and cab drivers and garbage men. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Now it's Uber drivers,
Lyft drivers.
Yeah. Look, man. I want Price to win. I was not a fan of Chisora's little rant at the press conference.
Oh yeah, he went off
crying and shit, and then they told him, "Oh no, you're the co-main event," and then he was okay with it. That's all I had to hear at the time. You're the co-main event. Oh, okay. And I thought Parker was going to beat him. Apparently Peter Parker has some other things going on. The spider bit him, so Spider-Man has other things to do. And the new movie's going to come out soon, isn't it? Didn't it already come out? I don't know, but I don't know. Chisora wins, but I hope Price wins.
We'll see what happens. So he's not going to get more money, like he was talking in the video.
Nah, bro. He said either make me the main event, Eddie, or give me more money. You're fucking me with no Vaseline, Eddie. Okay. And it's
Yeah,
you're the co-main event. Okay. He just told him he's a co-main event. And you shut up about it. That's all. All right. But the fight I really want to talk about, the main event of the evening. All right. Regis Prograis against Josh Taylor. Regis Prograis out of New Orleans. Josh Taylor um, from Scotland. How do you see that? Well, what are your early thoughts about
man. You know, it's difficult for me, man, because I know Regis. You know what I'm saying?
that? Yeah,
I've known Regis since he was an amateur, and you know, yeah, he's from New Orleans, but he came here. He came to Houston after Katrina, after Hurricane Katrina. You know, he
yeah.
kind of came up down here and sparred against all. You know, he was sparring against like L. Dot Lane, you know, Juan and all them. Uh, fuck. My fault.
You're cool.
Um, yeah, and he was a pretty good amateur. You know what I'm saying? And he always been on some Hawk Smash type shit. Even as an amateur, he fought like a pro because he was coming. He threw a lot of punches, and they all had mean intentions. You know, but you know he's a professional now. He's undefeated. He's stalking guys and getting them out of there. Um, and he's looking good doing it. And in this fight, he's going up against a very talented, undefeated fighter, and Josh Taylor, who's taller and more ranger than him. And Josh Taylor has good boxing skills. And you know that's going to be a tough task because, like I said before, he's the guy's taller and rangier, and he has good boxing skills. But the thing that makes Josh Taylor so difficult against all of his other opponents is those attributes and him being a southpaw with it.
Right.
But in this particular fight, it's not going to be a southpaw versus a righty. It's going to be southpaw versus southpaw. And Josh Taylor does not have the he doesn't have a whole bunch of fights fighting southpaws. Has he fought the southpaw before? Yes, he has, and he has looked good doing it. But Regis knows how to fight southpaws, as well as right-handers. He just fought Terry Flanagan. I believe Flanagan was a southpaw, and so a lot of the advantages that Josh Taylor would normally have will be nullified based on two southpaw fighters in the ring are usually more awkward than a righty versus lefty because they're not used to seeing each other.
Right.
But you know, Josh Taylor can box. You know, he has a good punch. You know, he defends himself fairly well, at least up high. You know, him and what's the other guy that's from the UK that just fought Lomachenko?
Oh, Campbell, Luke Campbell.
Yeah, Luke Campbell. They both defend themselves very good up high, but they both leave their midsection wide open. They both do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was a problem for Luke Campbell, and it could be a problem for from Josh Taylor. But we'll just have to see. You know, at the end of the day, it's not going to be an easy task closing the distance on him because he knows how to use his dimensions very well. Even Lomachenko had to go through something to close the distance on Luke Campbell, but I mean, he got it done. But Regis Prograis and Lomachenko are not the same fighters. They don't fight nearly the same, and you know, just because it was successful for one doesn't mean it's going to be successful for the other. Regis is not just your typical boxer puncher, man. He's awkward. You know, he has a weird style. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he fights with his hands down, and yet he's still hard to hit in his head because he will move his head out of the way. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's more so relying on your reflexes and your natural gifts more so than it is your skill set. And how many times can you avoid getting hit with a big shot by not keeping your hands up? You know, I've never been one that was a fan of the Roy Jones school of boxing. I thought there was only Roy Jones and only he could fight with his hands down and get away with it. And even he ended up having to get stretched later on. But I'm not saying Regis just fights every fight with his hands down. He just does it sometimes, and I'm not a fan of it. But man, this is another one. This is another good matchup where the champions are fighting, and it's a good fight stylistically. I should be favoring the guy who can box on the move, and the guy who was taller and rangier, and he has a decent punch himself. But I know Regis, you know what I'm saying? And I know he's fought bigger guys that were taller and rangier. He sparred bigger guys that are taller and rangier his whole existence on the earth. Ever since I've known him, he's been in the ring with bigger guys. Hell, I remember he was sparring against Austin Trout at one point. And it didn't go so well against Austin Trout. But you know what? Josh Taylor is not Austin Trout. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor is Josh Taylor. So it's a big difference fighting a 40-pounder than sparring a champion 154-pounder, even though they're both southpaw.
And he was younger.
Yeah. So, oh, man. I'm just really not the smart guy today, man. I'm going with the homie, man. You know, but the smart money is on it. I mean, I can't knock anybody that goes with conventional wisdom when it comes to the sport of boxing and go with the guy who has the skills as far as moving on the outside and the boxing skills. You are in your right and you're smart to go with that. But, you know, if anybody can pull off the unthinkable, it's Regis Prograis from New Orleans, man. I know he can get it done. I know he can get on the inside. I know he can touch that body. And I know once he start landing his shots, it's going to change the complexion of the fight. But if he's careless at any point in this fight, it's going to be a bad, bad, bad outing. But I got to go with him, man. That's the homie, man.
Man, oh man. Like, first, about, the hands down. I'm okay if guys have their hands down if they're controlling the range. You know what I mean? So if you're an ambush fighter, it makes sense to have your hands down. You don't want to be blocking your view, and the guy's not even at striking distance.
Range, right? Yeah,
like he's not at range, But dude, I'm a fan of guys to have like the guard around chin level. You know what I mean? Because you use your elbows to block those body shots, and you just need this distance for when a punch is coming. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you got to bring it up, but it's not as much of a distance for that. And I do believe Regis does that when he gets close enough.
Yeah,
to his opponent. So does Taylor, right? I mean, both these guys are very well schooled.
Right.
Right now, I've been favoring Taylor to win, but like not like in a confident way, like in a I gotta pick somebody way. And to me, this right here. Out of all the fights that have happened in 2019. Is the fight I've been looking forward to the most. This fight, right? This is the number 1 and the number 2 guy. I'll go, hey, Jose Ramirez is still out there, okay? And he has something to say about it. We'll see in 2020. But right now, 2019, this is the fight that I'm looking forward to the most. I can't wait for this fight.
Yeah, right.
I like Josh Taylor's approach. I like guys that fight front foot heavy. You know what I mean? I like his combinations. He's got a vicious uppercut, and he could throw it to the body like no man can. Right? I think he's going to have a little bit of problems getting to Prograis' body without Prograis countering him upstairs. Right? So I don't think. Ironically, even though I think he's going to win, I don't think he's going to have that much success to the body. Right? Against Prograis. This might be a chess match. I don't know if it's going to be the barn burner some people think it's going to be. But it's going to be the type of fight I like. All right. I like chess matches, guys. It's going to be entertaining to me. If it goes the way I think it's going to go. I just think it's going to be a fight that can go either way. And this fight's in London.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that part.
And if this fight's in London and it could go either way, we already know who's going to win.
Well, Lomachenko got a fair shake.
Well, I don't know if Prograis is going to. This is going to be a lot closer to me. You know what I mean? This is going to be a much closer fight. So it's possible that you never know, right? But you know, like it's going to be a close fight, bro. It's going to be a close fight.
It's hard to pick on these two fights.
Prograis is a hell of a talent, though.
Yeah.
And if Prograis goes to London and dominates Josh Taylor, which I don't think it's going to happen, but if that happens, dude, we're talking discussion for pound.
Right.
You know, how the win of this fight, regardless, discussion for pound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if one of them wins in dominating fashion, you got to discuss them. You know what I mean? And you have to discuss, you know, Crawford. Do you want to move back down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't get any fights. You don't like. It looks like you're not going to make any of the fights with the top 147 pounders. I don't know if he could still make weight or not at 140, but
I don't know. But I'd like to see if Regis or whoever wins. I'd like to see them go ahead and fight Jose Ramirez.
Yes.
And let's get another undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying?
Jose Ramirez is the truth.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
That'll be a war, him and Regis. Wow.
I think ironically, I think Regis beats him. I think Ramirez has a good shot against Tater because Tater needs to be on his front foot, and I think Ramirez is going to back him up.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Josh Taylor's going to have our time with that. This division is hot, bro. This is the hottest division in boxing right now.
It damn sure is up there, and you got some guys coming up through the ranks in that weight class with Darwin Price.
Yep.
Now 16-0. And who's the other 140 pounder? It was one more who's coming up, who's around the same amount of fight. Let
me tell you something, man. This division has these two guys, obviously, Jose Ramirez, Victor Post also roaming around. I know he lost a decision to Tate Josh Tater, but his other losses to Crawford, not that bad. You know what I mean? Jose Cepeda, he looked that good to me in his last outing. But he's still there, and some people believe he beat Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
I mean, Pablo Cano, believe it or not, is still around. Maurice Hooker, did he move up, though?
He said he was going to move up. I don't know if he actually did it, though.
Okay.
I mean, he'll be fighting on the zone, so I don't know if he'll be able to get any fights if he moves up, so I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. Pedraza moved up. I mean, he just lost to Cepeda, but
not about Pedraza.
Yeah, I think Beltran should retire. By the way, but
he's still around.
He's in the rankings for some reason right now. I don't know why, but there's guys that are on the come up that aren't in the top 10 right now just because they haven't fought anybody to be there yet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But they're coming up. This division's hot, bro.
Yeah.
So
some inside just tells me Regis is gonna win though, man. Southpaw versus Southpaw. I mean, he beat
Those are interesting fights, yeah. These two
Flanagan, who's a Southpaw, and Dongo's a Southpaw.
He dominated Dongo.
Dominated. It don't matter if you right-handed or left-handed. He knows how to fight both styles.
Yeah.
That's what probably made me favor him the most because there is, he will be able to cope with the fact that, I'm not sure if Josh Taylor will be, I don't know. Southpaws just don't grow on trees. You got to fly them in. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking for sparring. So I'm not sure just how comfortable Josh Taylor.
I don't know if, I agree with you, man. I don't know how either guy, to be honest with you, is going to react or deal with an elite southpaw in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the thing. They're looking. These guys look. They're looking at. Um, they look at another southpaw in the mirror all the time. You know what I mean? When they're shadow boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, it's just it's going to be interesting. I'll say that. I want to get to the chat here. The Texan says both guys tend to make a lot of adjustments every round. This is why I'm saying, bro, I'm looking forward to this fight. I guarantee you, both guys are going to be making adjustments. You know what I mean? And like I think whoever wins round one, like the next guy's going to come back, make an adjustment. And dude, this is going to be such a good fight. Like the adjustments these two guys are going to make is going to make this a really good fight. And if you understand boxing, you're going to really enjoy this fight. You know, so I'm not saying it's when I say it's going to be a chess match, guys. I'm not saying it's going to be a staring contest. Okay, they're not going to stare at each other. You know, like and throw a jab here and there. There's going to be action. It's not going to be what I'm saying. It's not going to be like a brawl where they're just trading punches nonstop, and it's not going to be a Josito Lopez against John Molina type fight. Okay, I like those type of fights too, but it's going to be a thinking fight. It's going to be a chess match, right? And both guys are going to be making adjustments, and that's what I like to watch in sports in general. But in boxing, especially, man, I'm going to enjoy that. Someone said Patrick Day is in a coma for having too much heart. Heart is overrated in some cases. Well, I mean, all these fighters have heart, bro. By the way, thoughts and prayers to Patrick Day. But by the way, I hope he gets better. All right. G Funk Ramirez beats Tater but loses to Rages. I actually feel the same way. Ironically, I think there's a triangle thing going on here. I think it's one of those cases. But we will see. But man, it's going to be interesting. Now, Seem, you're going to have the fanboys on your heels saying AJ and Khan quit. Oh, boy. Okay, Regis, Taylor, and Jose Ramirez will move up to 147. That's going to make 147 even more interesting, by the way.
Sure.
Okay. Real soon, Haney, Lopez will be up there. Yeah, Haney will be at 147 at one point. Sure. What do you think of that, Ashy?
Haney said he's staying at lightweight for another 2 fights, then he's going up to 40. So,
yeah.
At some point he will be at 47 too.
Well, 47, lucky Virgil can't make weight anymore. Well, I mean, he can't make weight. You know,
it is what it is.
Hooker moved up. All right. Do y'all think Gary Russell Jr. has come up to 35 and 40 to get any decent fights? Do you think he's going to have to do that, Ashy? Because Leo Santa Cruz has like a restraining order on him or something. I don't know.
Apparently, man. He apparently does have a restraining order. Not to come in 100 yards of him. There's still other fights at 26. I mean, he could fight Josh Warrington. That would be a decent fight. I'd love to see it. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to talk about him right now.
All right.
But really quick, John Cepada is a problem for everybody at 140. All right. And let me can't go through all of them, guys. I apologize. But some of these 135-pounders, some we've got to watch their step. Otherwise, they'll look like Linares trying to mess around with Cano. Yeah, Cano slept Linares. All right. He put him out. Right. And finally, we are not telling the truth. We can go back to Marlon Starling versus Lloyd Honegan. Starling, okay. Had that dude jaw looking like he ate a grapefruit. Man, he quit, so it's nothing new. Gotcha. All right, so much thinking in boxing puts some boxing fans to sleep, though. It's not going to be that type of fight, bro. It's not going to be both fighters being negative. Okay, somebody get rid of that dude. All right. All right. I'm serious. Let's somebody get rid of that dude. Okay, that bullshit. Okay. All right. But anyway, man, Regis going into beast mode. He is. He should, without a shadow of doubt. All right. I know you mentioned the man, but Josh Warrington, Frank Warren came out and he said that Kid Gallahan's tactics were boring and he didn't try to win. He tried not to lose. By the way, I don't know what the hell that means, but
yeah.
What does that mean, Ash?
Oh man, let me text Frank Warren right now. You fucking no. I know. I think I have an idea what he was trying to say because Josh, when he would close it, get in range, he was getting off on Kid Callahan, and it seemed like a lot of times where the fight was in close, Callahan would get a little uncomfortable with Josh Warrington and grab him and hold his head down, um he was warned several times in that fight for that particular thing. And I guess Frank Warren was interpreting a lot of his antics in the ring as a refusal to engage, more so we're just trying to use roughhouse tactics to go the distance. So I don't know how you can show up not to win, but what did he say? He didn't show up to win, he showed up not to lose. Well, if you don't win, your ass is losing. So I don't know what actually he was trying to say with that, but I think I have an idea what he was trying to say is, he was trying to say, what, I went the distance with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting it all on the line to actually try to take Warrington out. And out of the two, only one of them were actually trying to engage and take the other guy out. But Warrington ain't knocking shit out. Well, he just got a knockout in his last fight against Tachute or whatever the fuck his name is.
Right.
That guy shouldn't have been in the ring, but I guess the IBF was put in a predicament where they had to give him a title shot.
Right.
But yeah, I that would be my guess what Frank Warren was talking about. And when you take into account the antics and the instead of him trying to make adjustments and counter Warrington and try to hit him with shots that hurt him, I guess he feel by not putting it all on the line, it makes you more of a boring fighter than it does somebody who is considered action packed and willing to go out on their shield. Man, that would be my only take on it.
Now, I want to say here, I do agree with this comment. Cruz straight up ducked 127. Russell, Valdez, Warrington, this Cuban called Rigondeaux.
Yeah.
Okay. This dude ducked a lot of guys. Okay. Like, it's not a good look. Like
he could have fought in there too.
He fought some good fighters, yeah, bro, but he's not proving he's the best in his division, which is the whole point of boxing, bro. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in that fight like Prograis Tater are in right now. Or even like Ramirez Hooker were in just a couple months ago. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in that fight, dude. You know what I mean? So, but look, I think this is a symptom of a bigger problem, bro. Okay. Last time I checked, the 4 criteria to score boxing are clean punching, effective aggressiveness, defense, and ring generalship.
Yep.
Nowhere does it say who's trying to be more exciting. Right? Nowhere does it say the guy that throws defense to the win. And just defense is actually a scoring criteria.
Yeah.
Right? And I have an issue personally with fans justifying decisions, okay, based on, well, that guy wasn't being exciting. I mean, because then at that point, you're just picking and choosing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like at that point, you're just making it up as you go. Because excitement is subjective. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I see it, bro. But I don't know. I wasn't a fan of what Frank Warren said, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to me, I don't know how you feel, but I feel Kid Callahan won that fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I mean, he won by the skin of his teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was close. Could have went either way, I guess.
Yeah, but everyone's like, well, you should rematch him. I mean, a lot of people don't think you won that fight. No, he didn't come to fight. He was trying not to lose, and he was boring. And people don't want to see those tactics, and I just feel like that's just a form of a duck.
I mean, it warrants another shot. I mean, I thought the fans enjoyed the fight. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Why not?
And that's the other thing. I thought it was a good fight. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, but
A lot of those guys when they get those close victories, that's it. Once they get that W on their record, been there, done that. It's time to move on. Remind me of Corte and De La Hoya. After going through that and getting that W, he was like, "Nope, I think there's a lot more exciting fights out there for me."
yeah. Here's the thing. That fight was pretty exciting, Oscar.
Can't blame him.
I think there's better fights I could make, more exciting fights.
Yeah,
I don't think you were ever in a more exciting fight, actually.
yeah, that was a good one.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, it really was.
But he was like Apollo Creed, right? Remember when after they beat Rocky, you ain't getting no rematch. Now, if Cortez would have gotten that decision, I guarantee you, rematch.
Oh, it would have been a rematch because Oscar was the money guy. Wasn't nobody turning Oscar down.
That's why, bro. I love that Marquez never gave Pacquiao that fifth fight. A fifth fight. Like, are you kidding me?
I slept you. Deal with it.
And they asked him, this was in the Mexican press, why don't you fight him again? He said, look, this is all he said. If Pacquiao knocked me out like that, you think I would have gotten a rematch? Nobody would even mention rematch if Pacquiao knocked out Marquez like that. Nobody would have mentioned it.
Yeah.
He said, checkmate. You know what I mean? The last time checkmate, it's over. You can't say, oh, but I have more pieces on the board. Checkmate. It's over. Right? The king went pop. All right? Man, this is a good show, Ash. Okay, we went the hour here. All right? Yeah. You guys visit MandatoryDefense.com and make sure you throw a jab at the like button. Let me check these likes really quick. Let me check these likes. All right? I have 18. Give me 2 more so we get to 20. Okay? Give me 2 more likes. I know there's someone right here lurking, okay, not pressing the like button. Okay, so make sure you throw a jab at the like button every Tuesday. MandatoryDefense.com. A punch chance with Ashy Knuckles. Any final words, Ash?
Keep it boxing, like we always say. Make sure y'all keep it locked. Stay tuned. And check out the fights this week. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. This is DStyleBoxing. Keep it boxing. Peace.